Hey everyone, I'm Nito King, and I think it's about time we get back to playing some good Space Quest games. What do you say? You guys remember when the Sierra logo heralded the best an adventure games had to offer? This was it. And Technobabble. Because it's there. Why did I click this? Yeah, speech included with the game. My understanding is that they were in the middle of trying to make a CD-ROM version of this, which would have had speech, and that was when Adventure Games kind of crashed, and they never got around to finishing it. So there is no talkie version of Space Quest V. It's all text. Let's check it out. By the way, you might notice some similarities to Star Trek here and there. Try to ignore them. Fleet Admiral Roger Wilco? I think we may have missed something here. Alright, I think I have to click to move that along. Alright, so here, like I said before, is the tie-in to the end of Space Quest 4, where we saw a vision of Roger's future wife. Let's see where they go with this. Oh. Now that sounds like a catchphrase I can get behind. And the graphics are, of course, a huge step up from Space Quest 4. It was all a simulation. Well, better than the dream they usually use. But he is at least looking to make himself better. He's finally going to school. Okay, I take back the first half of that statement. Looks like time for a dun dun dun. Okay, that was kind of ominous. And we have control. And we get the mainly familiar interface, the icons to do stuff, walk, look at, pick up. And then we get two dialogue cursors, one for chatting and one for giving commands, which is going to be important later. And we start with some money. An indeterminate amount of money. As far as I can remember, there's only one thing you ever need to spend it on, so the amount really isn't that important. And let's put this volume down a little bit. There we go. That was only mildly painful. And of course, once again, I have to show you guys how long it takes to save the game, just so you know what I go through in every video. There we go. It's not that bad, but you have to do it so many times. And I apparently missed clicking on Roger. And the neat thing is, it's got so many different things that it'll say if you keep looking at the hallways. Although that's really not what I wanted to do. I hate the way the eye cursor works in this game. There we go. You gotta click the very left side of the cursor, which is really unintuitive. And that's the door we just came out of. I think so far every game has had a janitor's closet in it except the fourth one. Oh, cool! I remember that schematic thing from Final Fantasy VII. Let's check it out. I think this is a long and fancy way of saying we couldn't be bothered to animate it. Let's try clicking all the other curses on Roger just to see what happens. Yeah, this is when I discovered that these boxes will actually go away on their own after a while if you don't click anything. I want to check out these ships out here in the bay, and I happen to click on pretty much the biggest spoiler in the game right here. If you guys have forgotten the name Beatrice Wankmeister, you've got a really short memory, but she will be introduced later in the game as well. That is, of course, the original Starship Enterprise. Alright, so let's move on and see what else is in this hallway. It's kind of a neat layout. They got this round hallway that goes all the way around the service bay, and from each screen you get to see a different view of the bay and different ships. So of course we're going to have to check those out at some point. Sounds like my class is in the middle of a test. I should probably be in there with them. I would put a musical cue in here, but I don't hate you guys that much. Hey, Fester Blatz? I don't trust that guy. Why is everything here 10,000 buckazoids? I just love that amount. So let's see what's inside this locker. Oh. Well, that's clever. As you get further in the game, you'll get the impression that nobody likes Roger very much. And he's kind of slow. So if I ever get around to taking that SAT, I'll be able to get the results on the bulletin board. Let's speed this up a little bit here. Not too much, but enough so that we're not completely bored. And of course, I noticed that the maximum score is 5,000 points. It's a long game packed with a ton of stuff to do. Wonder what's going on in conference room A. Some kind of meeting. More useless stuff. Nice decoration, though. I like the attention to detail there. Speaking of which, more ships to look at. Wait, they let Roger pilot a ship? Well, I guess it wouldn't have been his first time. He did it in Space Quest 3 and kind of in Space Quest 1. I believe we get to go to the colony on Clorox too later in the game. Yeah, I think we just read about that incident. At least they tie everything together nicely. And just think, we haven't yet done anything in the game. Let's go into this conference room and see what they're up to. Alright. The old familiar jokes about how Roger doesn't get any privileges and is always the lowest rank on the ship. At least he's not a third technician. Okay, yeah, but I want to look at those guys fighting. It's like the one thing in this game that doesn't scream Star Trek. Ah, well. I kind of want to know what they altered the ship's name to, but not really. I missed the ship and just clicked on the vehicle bay. I do kind of like the Guinness log of galactic records. Well, there's some old memories. Pirates of Pestilon. Wonder why they were trying to escape Space Quest 3, though. Alright, well, we'll head into the main rotunda down that side hallway later. But for now, I think if there's any possibility of me taking too long to get to the test and failing because I was late, it's passed. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Well, I got 5 points. I must be on time for something. Alright, so now we gotta pass the Starcon aptitude test. Can't be that hard. Let's see, Nova class scout ship, face-to-face with 3 Horek battle cruisers. Boy. Better save my game here. And, of course, the standard practice is just to pick A for every answer and hope you get enough points to pass. Don't worry too much about trying to pause the game and read these screens. I'll be revisiting them later and giving you a little more time to look at them. Wait, was it B that I was supposed to answer for every question? This is important. That's right, if you don't get every question right, you get kicked out immediately. And here's our game over screen. I think this music sounds familiar from somewhere, but I can't place it. Alright, and then it just loops. So let's go ahead and get back to where we were. And we actually have to get these questions right, but they're tough questions. And it may seem like copy protection, but this is not the copy protection. What we need to do is get out of our test paper and take a look around the room. So there's the proctor droid. Well, apparently it's looking the other way at the moment. Alright, so we're sitting next to an idiot, but this guy... I bet he knows the answers. Alright, so number 1, it looks like he answered D. Good choice to me. Beam over a pick-you-up bouquet. Okay, encountering an alien ship for the first time. Now, I could probably try to figure this out on my own, but we found a source of answers, so let's go ahead and see what our brainy buddy next door has to say about this one. Yep, so if you want to keep looking at his paper, you just gotta make sure that you do it when the proctor droid is not looking at you. So, wait for it. And go ahead and cheat once, just because you get 5 points for doing it. But only the first time. So, at this point I'm gonna go ahead and save the game, just in case I screw up, and try to remember what all the answers are, because they never actually change. Now in this case, I think D is the best answer, but none of them are actually right. So, beaming down to an unexplored planet. There's a lot of joke answers here, but they're taking this one seriously, and what you have to check is the planet's atmospheric readings. Make sure that you can actually survive on the surface of the planet. So, if you're marooned on an alien planet and there's a killer android out for your blood, most of these are good suggestions. Unfortunately, they don't have the correct answer, which happens to be C, then B. So what you have to do is pick the best available answer, which is C. That's the first thing you gotta do. So you're on an EVA with a partner and his face is turning blue. Could be a sign of all of them, but I believe the answer here is you'll need a new partner, and he fell for the old golf ball and the air hose trick. Now this question, I think all of these are bad suggestions for cooking your microwave meals. The best thing I can figure is you gotta pick the one that is least likely to either kill everybody or completely ruin the food. And from these choices, that'd be a live space varmint in with the meal. And here we have a math question. Every test's gotta have a math question. And normally I do those pretty well. But when you're talking about math in space, there's a lot more to consider. And in this case, it's a trick question because the neutron star has too much gravity to escape from. Now here's one everybody should know. How fast does light travel through a vacuum? And we all know it depends whether it's an upright or canister vacuum. So they want to know what is a fuzzy boundary. I'm pretty sure that all four answers actually are examples of fuzzy boundaries, but again, they want the best answer. And in this case, I think the definition that's most relevant to us is A. And finally, a manual molecular reintegration bypass on a standard transporter unit. They put in, of course, a couple of joke answers. US Sprint, I believe, paid a huge promotional rate to Sierra to have their name used in the game, so we'll be seeing a lot more instances of Sprint. But that's not the right answer here. They actually played this seriously and make you reverse the phase polarity of the interface grid. Handy to remember, by the way. Now let's see if I remember them all. Indeed I did. I haven't been thrown out. Alright, so I gotta go clean up the Academy crest. And first thing I'm gonna need to do is get some janitorial supplies from the closet. Oh hey, there's people in here now. Well, sort of people. Oh yeah? Same to you, buddy. Well, he showed me. Alright, so, to the closet for supplies. No! I think that's pretty much all the voice work you get to hear in the game, and it sounds a lot like Homer Simpson. There's only two things here you can pick up, so we're going to need to grab this big red scrub-o-matic. And the traffic cones. And clearly that's everything I'm going to need. So now off to the rotunda where the Academy crest is. And uh-oh. It's that guy. I know that guy. You tried to kill me in Space Quest 2. I haven't forgotten. They still want me dead. Alright, so here we are at the rotunda. Yeah, the security guard is hard at work playing missile defense. There's the crest down there. You can also see the moon outside, I think. No idea where this planet Nova is, but... Alright, so here's our Academy crest. And save for no apparent reason. And go ahead and get to cleaning this thing. And now for one of the more annoying parts of the game. We gotta scrub every dirty part of this crest. Alright, it's kind of difficult to tell which parts are dirty and which aren't, because the colors are only slightly different, and of course we keep bumping into this guy as he walks across our hard work. And of course he'll leave a trail of dirt behind, and it'll take forever to clean up at that rate. So what we gotta do is put out these cones to let people know we're in the middle of cleaning. Because apparently they can't see Roger zooming around on a scrum-o-matic. Alright, that ought to keep people away. Now we can get the job done. Of course, it's still annoying, even when you know you need to put the cones out, because you can see those tiny little pixels of dirt that are left behind. You gotta clean up every one of those as well. And you just gotta keep going back and forth over the same areas until they're all clean. And there's some fun to it. I mean, the music is nice. But you can see over on the left, I think there's a spot that I missed. I'll have to go back and get that at some point. But I'm missing spots all over the place. Still probably one of the more fun action sequences of the series. And you may be wondering what's left. Well, that big spot in the center is still dirty. Can't forget to clean that too. And it should be... there we go, we're done. And someone's going to ignore the traffic cones. Brilliant. And of course we have to do a Wayne's World reference. What's wrong with your face? So we're gonna marry an ambassador someday. That's awesome! Even if she doesn't seem to have heard of any of Roger's exploits in Space Quest 1. Alright, so we'll leave the cones behind. And our work here is done. Let's get back to the classroom. Although, actually, I don't think I've ever been down that hallway back there before. See if I can bribe the guard and get past. Nope. But he will just let us walk around the long way here. I saw the ghost of Elvis! Oh, I gotta see what he was up to. I've got security clearance alpha, right? Go back to your game of Asteroid there, pal. Alright. There's no real point to coming over here except to see Elvis, so... back to the parts of Starcon Academy that there's actually stuff to do in. Oh, they're grading the test already. Let's see, Flash Gordon, failed. Albert Einstein, failed. Roger Wilco. That can't be good. It really can't be good. I'ma marry her. So I hope you were paying attention to that, because that was pretty much the plot of the game right there. So they weren't standing there when he went in? It's too bad, Cadet, Schblock. Well, hey, that's nice. It's good to know we've got at least one friend here. Who also wants us dead. Go figure. Alright, so the classroom was off in this direction, and we saw the bulletin board earlier where we can get our SAT score. Let's go ahead and take care of that next time. Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's see what his score is now. Thank you, sir. I will do my best. Current Chief Commanding Officer's name here. And I gotta click to make the letter go away. And I get 100 points for becoming a captain. Told you this game was great. Oakhurst, I believe, is one of the cities where Sierra was headquartered. That's right, we're the captain of a garbage scow. Even as a captain, we're still a janitor. But now we're a janitor for space. That's right, we're working with drool and flow. Apply directly to the forehead. No! Alright. We get to begin this game a captain of our own ship. We get to sail around the universe, having adventures. So I think finally it's going to be a good time to stop. particularly since this has been going on for over 40 minutes, and I'm sure you guys are as tired as I am. Next time, we'll check out our new ship and maybe get a mission.